Seguimos nuestro viaje por Estados Unidos y nuestra curiosidad musical nos lleva hasta Boston. Aquí, en esta ciudad centenaria, intentamos comprender qué ha pasado, qué ha ocurrido para que se convierta en la referencia musical del mundo y además una gran puerta hacia el Mediterráneo. La respuesta es clara: Berklee College of Music. Berklee es una universidad dedicada en exclusiva a la música en todas sus facetas: composición, difusión, nuevas tecnologías, ingeniería, film scoring, music business. Hay hasta una orquesta dedicada a tocar música para videojuegos. En Berklee, el talento se respira por todas las aulas, por todos los pasillos. Profesores y alumnos se mezclan sin una línea muy definida, ya que colaboran en sus proyectos y se retroalimentan.
The experience here, I think that, okay, the school is amazing, the teachers, the facilities, everything, but the connection and when you meet like people from other countries,
Yes.
the cultures, this blend is, I think, what makes this place special.
Εγώ για σένα τραγουδώ και λες δε σ' αγαπάω και λες με τα τραγούδια μου πως το καιρό περνά.
I came 2 years ago. I wasn't into Greek music as much as I am now, I can see. We
That usually happens, yeah.
We have this thing when we're in the East, we want to sound Western, and when we come here, you know, we feel this need to find who we are and, you know, to connect with other people from, you know, around, specifically with me, with Christian and this group that we had, the Middle Eastern ensemble. We played some Arabic music, some Greek music. There I kind of started, you know, discovering the secrets of the Middle East.
Μες στα γλυκά ματάκια σου, μες στα γλυκά σου κάλλη, εξεχάσα σιγά σιγά κάθε αγάπη άλλη. Μιλώ μου και μανταρίνι, πες μου τι θα
Lo bonito de esta universidad es que es como un hormiguero de arte y de ritmo y de artistas. Esta es la sala de performance, que es donde quedan para ensayar. Y está muy bien equipada, tiene teclados, piano, batería. Aquí están los estudios, estos son los estudios de grabación. So this is which mixer is this one?
Which mixing board?
API, ¿no?
Yeah, this is the API Legacy Plus.
Lo importante de Berklee es que no solo piensan en la teoría, ellos van a la práctica, a la verdad de la historia. Estas son salas muy pequeñitas donde se meten a tocar y es increíble, ¿no? Porque mira, tienes, por ejemplo, aquí una niña con el ordenador, pero son como pequeñas celdas, parecen monjes del monasterio, ¿no? Tocando el xilófono, aquí otro con la guitarra. Solamente en este pasillo tenemos de repente 25 músicos. Podríamos hacer una orquesta solo con este pasillo.
Well, I play like hard rock, like heavy metal music, like anything with like a nice like chunk. I like a lot. I went to Berkeley 4 years. I just recently graduated, and it was a great experience. Like I met lots of different types of musicians, like people that you have a lot of common ground with. It's a really interesting place. Like there's nowhere else like it.
What Berkeley gives to me is here basically we can find, I guess, everything we want as music and as input.
Lasciati stare in un dormiti chiudi che mezzo a chi ti rincia stava neta ci sogno pure io che aspetto voi per vivere sta faccia a così bella passo che fuori tutti lì nottati aspetto solo quando la faccia
Well, I would love to see how you play the same melody in an Occidental way, and then with the Oriental, you know, so people can feel the difference. Esta es una guitarra muy especial que él ha construido y que tiene el doble de trastes de lo normal. Es decir, entre el do y el do, una guitarra occidental tiene 12 notas y él tiene 24. Y eso hace posible tocar es como música con decimales. Está entre el 2 y el 3 y el 2,5. Entonces...
Well, how about, let me see if I can do this. So that is Caravan.
Caravan.
By,
de la manera normal.
Duke Ellington.
Duke Ellington.
So I was experimenting with that. I was thinking... And so Western improv would be, Eastern would be, Western would be, you know, maybe more, Eastern would be more with the inflections and microtones.
I don't know where my grandfathers they were born, but I'm sure it should be like Egypt, something like that, because every sentence that you play with the Oriental and the Americans, I feel like saying ole all the time, you know, ole. It's amazing, the expression.
Is your grandfather still alive?
No, but I mean...
He's probably hanging out with Hendrix.
Probably.
It's a great place for music, and there are a lot of musicians here. You know, I think Boston in the United States is sort of the capital of learning. So there are other places like New Orleans, which is where the blues and jazz came together and jazz was created. There are cities like Chicago that were famous for the blues. There's New York, which is filled with all kinds of music. But Boston has always been a place, because of the great universities here, that people come to learn. So in a way, it's an accident that Berkeley was started here, because our founder, Larry Burke, was living here, and he loved music. But I think it is a place that students want to come.
Yes.
So we have, you know, like several 100,000 college students here at any given time.
Wow.
Studying everything you can possibly imagine. And the best fans of music tend to be students and young people. So it becomes a city where there are a lot of people making music and a lot of people listening to music, and it's filled with people from all different countries. And, you know, I think the idea of ports, you know, ports have always been the place where things happen, because the ideas from other places come together. And Boston has always been that. It started as a shipping capital and a whaling capital. And I'm told, actually, the Basques used to come fish here long before Columbus found this place.
Wow.
They found the fishing around Cape Cod and Newfoundland.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So they were coming here long before Columbus decided he was going to find the place.
Yes.
So I think that, you know, it's always been a place of commerce, of trade, of interchange, and then, of course, education.
It's a matter of water again.
Yeah, yeah.
And I discovered that the only point where people from all over the Mediterranean are playing together is in Boston. Why Valencia? Why Berkeley, Valencia? And why you're coming back now to the...
To me, and many of us who were making this decision, Spain felt like the perfect place, because it's such a center for Europe, North Africa, and the Middle East, especially a place like Valencia that's on the Mediterranean, so it has this long history of interchange among those cultures. Now, for all the nice things about Boston, in the dead of winter, it's cold, so we thought, wouldn't it be nice to be in a place that has good weather? And we wanted to be in a place where people would be excited about us. And the government and the people of Valencia have been extremely welcoming to us. And then we discovered this amazing symphonic band tradition where every little village has bands with little kids and grandparents all playing music together. So it's got a rich musical tradition. So we felt like for our first foray outside of Boston, Valencia would be a perfect place.
we started the school 27 years ago, which became like it completely changed the face of the music in Israel and the industry and everything. There's almost 600 students. And we have the connections all over the world with like with Berklee College.
Yeah, in Berklee College of Music, they say that the best students that they have, even the jazz musicians, everything, they come from here, from Raymond. So what do you have here that they don't?
In the Raymond?
Yeah, in the Raymond that they don't have in another place.
I was speaking to that because Larry Monroe, when I went to Berklee, he said that he said this thing to the New York Times, and a lot of Americans didn't feel comfortable about it. But I think it's like I asked you about the thing in Spain. How come there's so much good sports? So I think there's something, if you look at it from a viewpoint of, if you go into music, because most Jewish mothers and fathers don't want you to go into music. So if you go into music, you have to do it the best.
The best.
I think that's the education.
Yes.
To be the best in music comes from the point when they said, don't go to music, don't go to music, don't do it. But if you do it, okay, I want you to be one of the best in the world. That's I think maybe that's where the motivation comes from.
Well, that's the motivation.
Bueno, pues estamos en Tel Aviv, en Israel, en una puesta de sol maravillosa sobre el Mediterráneo y disfrutando mucho de esta ciudad que es una cajita de sorpresas. Todo el rato pasan cosas y puedes pasear por sus calles y encontrarte desde un músico iraní fantástico interpretando música de hace 2000 años a la corriente arquitectónica más importante del último siglo en su máximo esplendor. Aquí está la concentración de edificios Bauhaus más importante del mundo, miles de edificios. De una belleza tremenda y de una modernidad absoluta. Aquí en Israel, un país tan antiguo. Y es una tierra de sorpresas. Te puedes encontrar desde una exposición de arte maravillosa hasta un concierto de Chick Corea un lunes por la noche.
How did you get into the flamenco?
You know, I'm always everything I do. I have a secret. Always a student. Everything I do, I'm always a student. I'm always learning something. When I choose a project, I choose it because I can learn something. It's
from the project.
From the musician or from the project. And so when I heard Paco play.
Yeah.
I knew a little bit about flamenco early, but when I heard Paco play, because of his great musical sense, and also the fact that his music was reaching into outside of flamenco, he was reaching into other kinds of music. It sounded very fresh to me, and so I became a student again. Say, I want to meet Paco so I can play with him and learn this way. And then I go inside flamenco a it's it's a big world, and I need to learn something about this.
You know a lot, because you know what happened, that for the flamenco musicians, you are like a flamenco musicians. But when I was in Brazil, they told me, no, Chick Corea plays bossa nova like he's Brazilian. In Cuba, no, Chick play Latin like he's Cuban. So I said, well, how did you get so
It's
deep?
my secret. I'm a student, always a student of, because the music comes from people, in people's hearts. And of course, each culture has its own way with music. And I'm interested in everything. I want, but I know that I can't learn something just by reading a book.
The book.
I have to go with the person. That's why when I met you, I heard your music. I wanted to do something, because to learn some way. When I met Paco, I wanted to work with him. So we made some recordings together.
Wow, some recordings? No.
And then I stole his musicians. No, not really. But
no, not really.
Carlos Benavent and Jorge Pardo, and Rubum. And
There is one thing now for me very, very interesting. I have been with Husnu. Do you know this guy from Turkey, clarinet player? Husnu. He's amazing. They control this microtone thing, the quarter of tone.
Oh.
What is your opinion about the future of this music, the quarter of tone, the microtone, the music from Iran, from Egypt, with our music, with the harmony, and how they come together?
You know, the artist, whoever makes the music, the final result of the music is always communication.
Yes.
It's a communication to the listener. So it's how the artist presents it. I don't know. You know, it's only strange to one ear, but when the musician can have it and then present it in a way to people, then it can work. And I think now so much contact between, in our age, between musicians around the world. So we learn from one another, right?
Yes.
And so more fusion, more world music fusion, you know. And so this is a process, it keeps going.
Well, in Israel, for example, I don't know why in Israel last 10, 15 years there are so many good jazz musicians.
Yeah.
Why do you think?
I have one idea that in the countries of the world that had the most trouble, like the communist countries, for instance, in the Eastern Europe,
yes,
Poland, Armenia, Russia, all of these countries, so long they were kept away from freedom.
Yes.
That now freedom opens up a little bit,
yes,
and everybody runs to creative music.
Yes.
And jazz is one of the creative forms.
Yeah.
So the young people learn, because jazz is not a style. Jazz is a mentality of freedom of expression, freedom to combine everything.
Yes.
Yeah, we combine your music, flamenco music, we combine everything. I don't know who I am.
Well, well, so easy for you, because you really can combine anything.
So I think it's the way now of combining cultures, and it's natural.
It's natural. Yeah.